ESPN, and, of course, want you to be a part of the program, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to do it on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, and that, my friends, is a place where you can leave your comments, you can watch the show, and why wouldn't you want to do that? Dear God, there's so much to get to today. Super Bowl week is starting. I, for one, am thankful to be here and not necessarily there, even though it is freezing out the yin-yang, and I'm getting tired of the cold all the way around, as I'm sure we all are at this point. We will get into, not the game necessarily today, but we will certainly get into where the Giants and Jets stand with their coaching staffs, with their assistant coaches, and with what is taking so freaking long on some of this. It feels like today, if you listen to Rich Cimini, is going to be a very important day for the Jets staff to actually get done. So at this point, I think what we have to figure out is, how is this salvageable? Because it is starting to feel more and more like it is just an absolute debacle in every single way. And it's so frustrating. You think that it can't get worse, but it can. But alas, I'm going to step away. I'm going to step away from the negative. I'm going to be positive to begin today's show. Your Knicks have won 6 in a row. And I don't know how you can't feel good about that. I honestly think that when we talk about the Knicks being at this point, after a month of just riding up and down of this entire roller coaster that it's been, that it goes from Jim Dolan saying that we are going to the finals, and then it turns into just a mess in the middle of the month where they can't get out of their own way, to now having won 6 in a row. You would think you would come back and say, all right, we have steadied the ship here just a little bit. We have put ourselves in a position where we can actually start to talk about getting back to the top of the conference. You're not catching the Pistons at this point with as good as they've been, but you're sitting in the 2 spot, and all of that makes you feel much better than you did just a few weeks ago, than you did just a few days ago, frankly. Well, I think when you watch a game like last night, and it's, LeBron's last game at the Garden, supposedly, who knows? I'm sure we'll get put into a whole cycle of indecision this offseason. But the Knicks play the way they do against a team that may not be a great team, but at the very least is a playoff team right now and has 2 stars. Then you have to feel like you're at least heading in the right direction. Bartholomew, what the hell's going on?
To me, it depends on how much you trust Mike Brown and what his true assessment of the team is. You can't have some type of Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane type of thing where you have 2 different opinions about what you feel about this team. And I don't know, if truly you can believe something about a team or not believe something about a team based on, these mini runs or mini loss streaks. I feel like if the plan was to trade for Giannis, I don't think that winning a couple games or losing a couple games, because sometimes what I learned is that it's scheduled losses built into schedules, right? And a West Coast team coming to the East Coast, you just never know, right? Back to back, not a back to back. Is it a true indication? You need to ask yourself, can you win a series? Yeah, you might have a better record than Boston, but how do you feel? And, I'm sure you mentioned about the upcoming schedule and what that could mean. Okay, well, you got, if you believe that Giannis was the move to make, I don't think that is nothing that you can do that should stop you from doing that, because the key is about winning a title this year, right? Which was the natural progression, is to be in the NBA Finals. It's not to say, okay, let's wait and build to next year. That wasn't the plan. The plan was Boston was going to be weak, Indiana was going to be weak, and this was the time, the opportunity where you should be the cream of the division. And you mentioned in your opening monologue, the Pistons are better, at least from a record standpoint. Now, what that means if they play in a 7-game series, experience, blah, 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 health, all that stuff means something else. But if you believe that that you can't catch the Pistons, then you're asking yourself, then, did we get passed by a team, and will Giannis allow us to catch this team? Forget the record. Damn the record. Well, having Giannis help us win and beat this team to go to the finals. And when we get to the finals, how do we match up against OKC? How do we match up against potentially against the Spurs, if that's the team that's there? How do we match up against the Denver Nuggets? That should be the real question. You don't make these knee-jerk type of knee-jerk decisions based off a run or a non-run.
I sit here and I think that when they're playing this well, you want to be excited by all of it. But it does, it's funny. We actually find ourselves, just a small correlation to baseball, that teams that actually come up right to the deadline at the very end, with as many teams that make it in baseball now, they will legitimately make a decision on whether or not they end up winning 1 or 2 games right before the deadline, which seems just silly as can be, to your point, right? It's not telling the bigger picture as to whether or not you should buy or sell right then. And I feel like while this has steadied the ship, it doesn't make me feel like one way or another that now this is definitively a finals contender. I don't feel that way about them at the moment. I feel like when a month ago, when the owner comes out and says that they need to go to the finals, then you actually feel better because you feel like there's an expectation there that's finally been put on them, especially after you fired the coach last year. So now, a month later, everything's all okay again? I'm not buying that quite yet.
Because once he put that mandate on this team, then because we know that it's some hard truths and some hard realities coming down the pike, you have to ask yourself, do you gut this team and try and build around Giannis, maybe OG and Brunson as your big three, and then have a big supporting cast? Or you have to ask yourself, what decisions are we going to make when we have to decide if we're going to extend Cat, if not this year, the following year?
Well, listen, there's no decision to be made about Cat.
What's not the decision? What's not the decision? He played well. He played like a big man. He's an all-star. Like,
Bart,
is he top 20? I don't know. I can't defend it.
Going anywhere with Cat? They're going to the finals this year with Cat.
The thing is,
was Cat a big reason that they got to the conference finals last year?
Of course.
He was a reason. He
won them 3 or 4 games, putting the team on his back by himself. Like, how quickly we forget, man, what he did for us. And, last year in the playoffs, he proved, or he made us, it validated, like, yo, man, he is good. Like, he is special. He can carry a team. He can be maybe not the best player on your team, but he can be the number 2. That's the reality of what he showed last year, in my opinion, and how quickly we forget and how selfish we are to think that everybody has one.
No. It's not being selfish. It's about continuing to elevate where they are, and if Cat is able to do that, and I don't feel like Cat can do that. And I think a lot of people feel that until they can move on from him and get somebody else who's closer to that.
No, the elevation that needed to happen was Bridges needed to play better, because he's getting paid money to be a star. Especially now, he's getting paid money to be a legitimate star. Cat's been holding up his end of the bargain since he's been here. You can say whatever you like about his body posture, his defense, his whining, his body language. The numbers don't lie.
Well, I can't argue that Bridges has been terrible. He has been. He's absolutely been terrible.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, you're asking him to do something that he's not supposed to. He's doing his job. He's not brought in here to be a defensive stopper. That was Bridges to be a two-way player. That was OG to be a two-way player. He was brought in.
Somewhat of a rim protector.
No.
Somewhat.
Cat is to be able to stretch the field, stretch the court, open the lanes up, to be able to go down low, to be able to shoot. Mitchell Robinson's job is to do what? One thing: play defense and grab rebounds. Well, Cat's job is to score points and to create matchup problems.
So why are we hyper-focused then on Cat being soft?
Because
we talk about that a lot, and I don't think any of us would argue that it's true.
Nobody complains more than Luka Doncic. We don't call Luka Doncic soft, but we call.
Cat's not on that level of player.
Yeah, he's a notch below. He's a notch below. But we don't ask him to be. We don't ask anybody to be anything. We don't put any. What are we paying Brunson for?
We're paying Brunson to be a number one, and for the most part, he has been here.
Right.
We're not paying him to defend for certain.
But right, my point is Brunson Luka Doncic? He's a notch below.
I would put Luka Doncic way up here. I would put Brunson below that, and I would put Cat below Brunson.
My point is we can't ask the same thing. Like we don't call all the flopping and stuff that Brunson do soft, but it's soft-ish. He don't compete on the defensive side and get stops. That's soft. Like whether the body, I think we do that because Cat's 7 feet, so the body language bothers us. But he's no different. He's a 7-foot version of Brunson.
The body language bothers us because the body language can be really bad.
Right.
And it just
because we're not used to seeing some big dude looking like a goof flopping around. But he's the same.
But also bummed out when things aren't going his way directly, but things are okay for the team.
But we see Brunson flopping, like popping his head back, like he got a pest dispenser with his braids flying all over the place. What I'm saying is you brought him here to be something, and that's pretty much to be an offensive second option, to put up points, grab some rebounds, and compete on the defensive end.
So then I ask you this question. Has what has happened overall over the last month changed any way that you feel about where they are and how you would approach this week? Does it convince you to lay off doing anything this week?
I would lay off.
Anything significant? When I say anything, I mean Giannis.
I would lay off. I would lay off because I'm not going to gut my team, and there's never been anybody in recent years that got somebody in the middle of the season and they propelled them to a championship, especially when you have to gut your team and learn how to play together. Like, what is it, like 25 games left? 30?
Roughly, a little more than that, I think.
You see what I'm saying? We're past the halfway point, right?
Yes, we are past the halfway point. We're about 30 games left.
Right, so to be able to get a new person in, adjust to the people that you lost, and to be able to go beat a team like the Pistons or like Boston that's been playing together for the entire time is what?
I don't think it's likely to beat the Pistons right now. Could they beat Boston? I think they could beat Boston. I don't know that. I don't think they're nearly as good as the Pistons. I can't listen. As much as it kills me, I can't argue with what the results have been so far this year. I mean, Jalen Duren is a freaking all-star for Pete's sake. They've had an unbelievable season, and they have been on the come, as you have talked about quite a bit. The Knicks are not anywhere near as good as the Pistons. Can we agree on that? I'm sure that we can.
I mean, I think we can, but that's also controversial because they shouldn't.
It's controversial here, but anybody who thinks it is wrong.
Yeah,
that they're as good as the Pistons. They're not. They're not as good as the Pistons.
But right? the best team doesn't always win.
This is true. Styles make fights, as you talk about, matchups, all that kind of thing. If you
injuries.
gave me a choice right now as to who I would pick in a conference finals, there's no question that I would pick the Pistons. Virtually no question I would pick the Pistons to beat the Knicks.
I mean, I think this team has earned the right to be able to find out.
I think that's a fair question. Have they earned that right to find out? I think given what the landscape with Giannis is, I don't have a problem with it. The only way that I definitively do it before the deadline now, and not based on the last few games, is more based on, do I feel like my opportunity to get him is going to be a lot better right now than it is in the offseason? Because is it better to have more teams that can get involved with me to help facilitate a deal, or is it better to try to get a deal done now because maybe less teams are going to be in the mix to try to do that? Like, if I'm making that deal now, I don't want to say I'm throwing it out, but I'm certainly not hyper-focused on what the results this season are going to be.
I mean, but that's a question you have to ask Giannis. Do we have wiggle room? Do we get the best deal, or do we do what do we do for him what we did for Lou Alcindor? Do we send him to where he wants to go?
I think
because he brought us a title, just like Lou Alcindor. He's been one of our best Bucks of all time. Do we do right by him, or do we do what's right for us?
I think what's really interesting about this, I think Giannis is getting a little more antsy.
Because
maybe
because they're so
where he's going to go more.
But it's because they're so bad. Because they're so bad. They've won 18 games. They're like 25 or something like that. It's something like that. But you know what I'm saying. They've won 18 games. I know they've only won 18 games. I know that much, right? And Giannis is like, nah, man.
18-29.
You see what I'm saying? They're like, nah. He's like, bro, we ain't going nowhere.
No, but my point is, in getting antsy, is that opening up his mind to where he would want to go? In other words, it's like, making a Knicks deal happen is not exactly easy, so maybe you need to start considering some other places. That's why we heard last week, and maybe even Giannis is talking about Minnesota.
I think it is easy. It's easy in the offseason as you can get other teams involved, right? It's easy when it's coming around draft time when you got a team like Portland that's trying to figure out how to build their team, as they're competing and trying to figure out how they're going to move forward. The fact that they lost their head coach at the beginning of the year. They're trying to recalibrate. They have a guy in Drew Holiday that doesn't want to be there, that isn't there for long. So you're trying to package that money up and get that out of there as well.
I think right now, if he's that desperate to get out, I just don't want to. I guess I don't want to let more time go and let more teams try to convince him that there are better places to be. I don't want more teams to be in the mix.
But really, is it? Really, is it?
Is what?
If the Knicks only have to give up Bridges and they get Drew Holiday, who is basically the same thing, maybe less scoring, but a lockdown defender, wing guy, right? What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? And they give up Cat. If it's Cat and Bridges for Giannis and Drew Holiday, what's the difference? If he goes somewhere else, it's going to be him and one other person. If he comes here, it's going to be him and a lot of people. He'll have way more of a supporting cast if he just waits, just like Carmelo should have waited. Like, it's tough in the moment to wait, but if you just wait, it's going to be easier and it's going to be better because you can get more teams involved and more teams can work out the details and how complex a move like this is, which can involve 3 or 4 teams. You'll be able to do it.
So that's what you're trying to do.
It'll be teams trying to figure out the apron and their salary cap going forward. You can't ask somebody to do all that in 2 weeks.
No, listen, I get that. That's why I'm saying if now's the better chance to try to get that done so that other teams don't have that time to figure all of that out so they can try to make this into a better situation to convince Giannis. Like, here's my point.
You got to convince Giannis.
Anybody in his ear saying, you know what, New York, maybe not the best thing for you. How about that?
I think at this point, nothing offers what New York offers. It offers a chance at a championship, a legitimate chance at a championship, an easier path in the East to get to the championship. And when you get to the championship, anything can happen. But it also expands his brand as he's 31 years old. And if he wins here, we know what that does to your brand and to your marketing and to all that stuff.
That's the one thing.
He can come here the same way that the reason why LeBron went to L.A. for his other business ventures.
Right. But I think this is back to the basketball part of that. I think this is the part that people forget and probably doesn't get considered enough, not just when it comes to the Knicks, but I actually think when it would come to the Jets, that if you actually, like, this is what I think Aaron Rodgers was thinking when he came here. If you actually come to a place like the Jets that hasn't done it in forever and has looked like an absolute mess and for whatever reason hasn't been able to win a championship, and at times has been an embarrassment, which the Knicks have been over a 20-year period before the last few. If you come and do it here, that's like winning a multi-championship someplace where, that would have been so much better for LeBron's career brand. Oh, my God. Like, if he had done that as opposed to winning one COVID summer camp championship with the Lakers, it would have been a much different story. And so I think with Giannis, that it would go a long way to if Giannis is a guy that got the Knicks over the top. Man, that changes everything about your legacy to me.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
and the thing is, it's not like Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets because the Jets hadn't been to the playoffs. This is him coming to a team that was.
No, but I mean, if Aaron Rodgers had come here and won a championship,
right.
What I mean.
Right. What I'm saying is, but it's not as big as a gamble because the Knicks are a good organization right now. Mm-hmm. We all would agree that the Knicks are a good organization, that they've been run right the last 2 or 3 years, that there is just different. He ain't coming trying to change the culture.
Right.
They got rid of a good coach for a reason. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of a good coach for a reason. So in my opinion, like Giannis coming here is not as big as a gamble as it is him going to Minnesota. Minnesota, who's they going to get? They're going to get rid of Naz Reid. They're going to get rid of – it's just going to be him and Ant-Man. And then who? Him, Ant-Man, and DiVincenzo? In the West?
I don't know what he's thinking.
No, you know what I'm saying? In the West because Naz Reid is gone. Rudy Gobert's a throw-in.
I don't know what he's thinking, if he's thinking about that. But the reports were that the Minnesota thing was kind of his idea. So I'm just going based on that. I can't sit here and tell you that Minnesota's a better place for him to be than being here. No way I can do that.
That's what I'm saying, especially if Drew Holiday's coming over here with him. Somebody he's already won a championship with.
Right, but I mean, how old is Drew Holiday now?
Don't matter.
35? What's left?
What's left? What do you mean? Like, we just saw him 2 years ago be the best lockdown defender, wing guy, like, outside
That's
of
Lou 2 years ago.
Outside of
35.
Outside of Lou Dort. Outside of Lou Dort, anybody that was checking a ball handler, a one or a two, we was like, Drew Holiday is that guy. Like, we literally going to talk about he got no value or how much he got left at 35 when we got LeBron playing at 41. When we got guys playing in sports, major sports at 35. We got Matthew Stafford playing at a high level at 37. We're saying that. And listen, you're not coming in here asking Drew Holiday to be your 1, 2, or 3. You got 1 Giannis, 2 Brunson, 3 OG, 4 Drew Holiday. What are we talking about? We asked him to come in here and play the four hole.
Yeah, my point is it has nothing to do with the Drew Holiday part of this.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying from Giannis' standpoint, the combination of coming here to the East Coast, which is an easier path. I mean, he'll have to go through Milwaukee. I mean, not Milwaukee. He'll have to go through Denver, San Antonio, and Denver. Mm-hmm. Man, here he got to go through the Pistons.
No, listen, you don't have to convince me. It's everybody else. I don't know how impressionable the guy is on what would work. I certainly know that people around him want him to be here. I can guarantee you that. People around him certainly want him to be in New York because they understand what it would be for his brand and all that. Listen, but I worry about Giannis just getting too itchy and being like making what could be a just a decision that he makes in haste that you can't do. So I don't want to give anybody else the chances. That's my.
See, you're nervous. That's because you don't think you're good enough.
Well, when have the Knicks been good enough?
No, you don't think you're
gotten over the hump and gotten the guy that they wanted when they went out and made a Melo trade that made no sense at the time. This is a trade that makes sense at the time to put you over the top. That's all I'm saying.
This is New York not getting a star for years and not believing that they're good enough. Just on their own. They're not believing that somebody of that stature wants you to. That's what it is. That's simply
a lack of self-esteem.
Right. That's simply, and you get nervous. You heard that he liked you, and you're like, no. I want to lock him down now. I don't want to play it out. I don't want to date. I don't want, I don't want to openly date.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to lock him down now.
That's true.
I don't think there's anything.
But wouldn't it be great if you can try and win a championship with this team, and then no matter what, trade for Giannis next year? You think if you win a championship or go to a championship, Giannis is going to be looked at like Kevin Durant? Oh, you going to join a team that was good, that won it. Now you want to go play for him. You think he's going to look at it like that? Why can't you try and win with this team and hopefully get to the championship and see what happens, and then get him again?
To me, we've seen too many flaws to honestly believe they're going to be that. We've seen too many flaws to believe that they're going to be that.
But we never thought we would see Denver in the AFC Championship, and we didn't think we would see we didn't think we would see New England in the Super Bowl. But all this kind of crazy stuff happened, right? Cade Cunningham could get hurt. Anything could happen.
How long am I waiting and sitting and counting on crazy things to happen as opposed toward working toward things that feel more like a given?
Just during this season. What you mean? This is a team that took you to the Eastern Conference, almost to the Eastern Conference Finals.
To the Conference Finals,
well, to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you don't think that this same team could get farther with a weaker class outside of one team?
Right now? No.
You don't know what can happen to the Pistons. Pistons can get clipped by somebody on the way there.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN on the YouTube channel. Go and leave your comments. What happened at the beginning of the show? Where were you?
I couldn't get through. Like, it wouldn't open up. I had to reset the whole thing. Tom called. I was calling Tom. We had to reset the entire box and, come back in.
Here's how this went for me on this end. 5 seconds. Bart's not there. What?
I have been trying to get in for usually typically at 56, it'll click over and let me in.
How about we try it a half hour in advance? Just to check it out.
No. I would never be able to pick it up because if somebody else working from home, it won't be able to pick it up.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Heavy traffic now in the Bronx on the eastbound Cross Bronx Expressway, northbound 95, Castle Hill Avenue. Broken down trucks, smack dab at the center lane. The Deegan northbound by 179th Street. It's a crash on the exit ramp. Henry Hudson Parkway southbound just past the GW Bridge. Broken down vehicle in the left lane. Farmingville on Long Island. Nichols Road northbound 897 coming into County Road 16, a crash. And in New Jersey, still a lot of traffic on Route 22 eastbound by Lebanon. All lanes are closed by the Spinning Wheel Diner with an overturned vehicle. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high, and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 888-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Let's do it. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. On the ESPN New York YouTube page where you can go on the channel, watch the show. You can leave your comments. We'll get them in there during the course of the show. And we will, let's see here. Eitan Tomlinson, Knicks didn't get to the finals. I doubt the Pistons would go from their last series win in 2008 to the NBA Finals in 2026. I don't mean to sound like Bart, do not shortchange the Pistons here.
Yeah, people don't. That's because they don't see them on national TV enough.
But they're the one seed in the East by 6 games.
You saw what they did to Golden State, and they really didn't have to let Golden State back in that game. You know what I mean?
I know, but at the same time, Bart, they got a 6-game lead over the Knicks in the 1 versus 2. I don't think it's outlandish to suggest that they're going to go to the conference finals,
especially after what they learned last year. I don't in the role. It's the way they play, the physicality in which they play, the discipline. Like these Thompson twins, man, they're the type of athletic, like OG Ananobis that you need. Like they're doing it both in Houston and in Detroit, man. They are so athletic, man. It's such a defensive specialists.
Now, Tom. I need a ruling here. If I bring it up, does he get penalized for talking too long about the Pistons?
Oh, you mean you're talking about our Pistons swear jar?
Yes.
Yeah, which by the way, I bought one over the weekend, so we will have that in studio tomorrow.
Okay, I'm excited for that. But if I lead him down a path, is that on me? Like, do I get fined then?
I mean, we could fine you if the conversation goes on for too long, but
it's relevant to the conversation of what we're talking about.
I would,
and the caller brought it up. I mean, or the person on on Instagram or Twitter, wherever he's at, or our YouTube page.
Yes,
he's the one who brought it up.
I believe.
No, I know, but the Asar Thompson talk about the Brooklyn win by 50.
In this context, I see
no.
no.
I'm talking about Golden State.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking when they beat the.
I heard you say Thompson. I thought you were talking about Asar Thompson.
Yeah, I was. I said, but they put 134 up on Golden State.
Yes.
For people that's questioning how good this Pistons team is. That's all I'm saying. And listen, they're going to see each other pretty soon, right?
Pretty soon, I believe. They play, I think, the 5th? Don't they play this week? They've got the Pistons, not this week. First one, the next one is up in, heck. Of course, I had it right in front of me. Yeah, they play them on Friday. They play them this Friday on Prime. And then we've got them on the 19th for a potential watch party situation.
Oh, damn, that's right.
Yeah, don't schedule that vacation, Kelly. You might want to reschedule that flight to Rio.
That is Carnival Week.
Here's David and Elizabeth up first on ESPN New York today. What's up, D?
What up, fellas? And I can't wait till you guys have that watch party. I already know I'm in there. First and foremost, before we get into anything, Bart, that fight this weekend, box office. Real quick, before I get to my Knicks point,
hang on one sec,
this,
though.
Bart.
1 sec, though. Just on fights this weekend. What I really wanted to start the show with, and what I was so bummed out about that we were having technical issues with Bart, is Bart wonders why I don't want to get a lace front.
I don't expect you going. I don't think. But listen, before that hair came off, that haircut was looking dope. He had the Mike Tyson's part down the middle too. You can put a part. When you got a part, people don't think you got a hairpiece on.
Yeah, the play was awesome before Lincoln got shot.
Yo,
before that hairpiece came off.
Yo, he took us straight to the hairpiece and it came right off. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
TV,
but listen,
crazy, right?
it is opportunities for investment.
Like,
now he should get something for Gorilla Glue. If he got a Gorilla Glue endorsement.
Yeah.
Like he took that thing and threw it. Did whoever catch it put it on eBay yet?
I think another fighter caught it. Because just think everybody in the first row were basically fighters or celebrities.
Right.
They probably gave him his hairpiece back. Like, here you go, big bro. You good now?
He like, nah, I'm good. This one tainted. He should have went in there. He should have went there with the kid and play high top. That's would have been real.
I know he should have went there with they call that the juice box. I'm growing that right now, Paul.
Yeah.
But look, real quick, fellas, before y'all let me go and all that. Yo, it's funny, right? I want to say that Shakur Stevens has been playing possum. Like, how is it that you struggled against the Uber driver, the Uber Eats guy that you fought, but you went against a top-flight boxer and you embarrassed him immediately from the door, from when the bell rang until the bell sounded? And, fellas, real quick, before y'all let me go, man, that was a great Knicks win last night. I ain't going to hold you. Bart, since you've been talking about the number 11, the flopper, the assists have been up, the points have been down. I don't know why. Hopefully he'll get that right. But, yeah, we played a good game. I don't know. Bart, you're right. If they try to do this Giannis thing and gut the team, it may hurt us. And, yo, you keep saying about the Pistons, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see you in the postseason. That's when it matters. You can beat us now. I'm down with that. See me in the postseason because that's when I'm going to talk spicy to you. Right now, it's all respect. Postseason, we're going to get it on, brother.
All right. We're going to see.
Appreciate it, David.
Now, to kind of go to the Shakur Stevens, like Terrafimo, he beat the brakes off of him every single round and moved up too, and like it was a laughable fight. But the fact that Terrafimo, it's some things you talk about. Oh yeah, we're sitting here, we're just promoting the fight. But the same thing that he was trying to say, talking about black people monkeys and all that type of stuff, like that got no place into sports. You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad he got his ass whooped. And I'm surprised that Shakur was so gracious and not like I would have stood over him. I would have gotten in his face. I wouldn't have gave him grace or a platform to land on. Talking about get a monkey bananas, like trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
That? Like I missed that. He said that.
Yeah, that all in the lead up. This dude's Puerto Rican.
Honestly, they will do anything to promote a fight. Anything.
But it's certain things that, you know what I'm saying?
You can't do that.
You can't take that back. Oh, I want to apologize to the people out there, about slavery and all that stuff. Nah, bro, we ain't taking none of that. We ain't taking none of that back. You hold on to that for the rest of your life because somebody in your camp should have told you, like, bro, we don't do that. especially if you're a minority too. That's the crazy part.
Honestly, it sounds like
dude, a Puerto Rican for Brooklyn.
He's trying to take it back. It sounds like SNL had a skit the other night with a guy wearing a white guy wearing a T-shirt that just said "Melt the ice," and the guy looks at him and goes, "Yeah, that'll fix the whole problem."
You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy, man. Got the brakes beat on him. You know, and Shakur is one of these guys.
Well, I'm glad he got his ass kicked then.
Yeah, every round. He only won. They may have given him one round.
I don't know.
He was the champion. He was the champion.
Every time I looked up yesterday, all I saw was this guy.
The hairpiece.
Hairpiece knocked his head.
Big Baby Miller.
Amazing.
Big Baby Miller, man. It was the thing is, it was a horrible fight. No action. They just laying on each other. He came in at 315. The other guy was 288. It just and Big Baby usually fights at that weight.
If I want to see that, I'll go down to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it might be me.
Exactly.
My God. 800-919-3776. Lines are open at 800-919-ESPN and over on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We'll get some of those comments up here shortly. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player in the big game to score the first touchdown, but his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the big game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line with BetMGM's Second Chance. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass. Your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
So this morning on Get Up, Brian Windhorst was on, and it kind of reflects what you were talking about just a little while ago and where the Knicks see themselves right now. We'll get back to the calls in a second at 800-919-3776. But this is Brian Windhorst this morning on Get Up on the Knicks before the trade deadline and their interest level in Giannis.
The Knicks believe in this team, and that could end up being, an excellent assessment, or that could end up being a mistake. But they believed in this team last summer when Giannis was sort of loosely available in those discussions. They didn't make an aggressive offer at that time to progress those talks. If they want to win a bidding war for Giannis now, I think it's going to take a 3 or 4 team trade where they take some of their players, go out and get other assets for them, and then come back to the Bucks and make very strong offers. That is just not happening. They are not showing that aggression to get Giannis right now, and I think that's because they like this team. They don't think the Eastern Conference is a giant mountain to climb, and while this team has flaws, the entire East is limited in some capacity. And so, look, if Giannis doesn't get traded and the Knicks don't win the East this year, this could be revisited. But the Knicks, with their words and actions, what Jim Dolan recently said in an interview that he believes in this team, I don't think we're headed in that direction right now.
Listen, I frankly would be surprised if Giannis got traded to the Knicks by the end of the week. I would have been surprised anyway. But is this the right way to go? Listen, if it's going to take that many different teams to get involved to try to get something done now, obviously it's exceptionally difficult to do that. But I'm actually of the opinion that if the Knicks made the trade for Giannis now, you're not doing it for right now. You're doing it for next year. Because I don't think he walks in the door and immediately you win a championship.
So you're second in the conference.
Yeah.
And you're going to give up on the season because when you trade all those pieces, even though you get Giannis, he's not going to be able to play. He's still injured. Or, if it's not for this year, then what the hell are we doing? We just throwing this year away. We throwing this year away and we second in the East. Last year, would they finish third?
Yes.
So we're going to finish better than we did last year, and we thought we could win a championship last year, but we don't think we can win one this year. Make it make sense.
I totally agree. I don't think they can win a championship this year anyway. I don't think that they're going to beat the Pistons this year anyway. They may believe in this team. That's great. There's nothing more that I want to see than them to go and do that.
You know how crazy you sound right now?
I'll deal with it. That's fine. I don't think it's nuts to say that a team that is six games better than them right now is not going to beat them in the conference finals.
But you know how crazy, how absurd that statement just sounds. Because this is the same team last year that finished third that thought they can beat Boston and did.
Yep.
So they beat Boston with a healthy Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, and all those people. But we don't think we can beat the Pistons. Just listen. No. Listen to what you just said.
Yeah, I understand that. I know what I just said. I personally don't think they can beat the Pistons. I'm not saying tank the whole thing and throw
what I'm
it
saying,
away.
What I'm saying is, as
the only reason that I would ever do that is if I have a chance to completely. Would I feel better about my chances? You're asking me, do I feel better about my chances to win a championship this year as constituted or next year with Giannis? That's not close. It's Giannis next year with Brunson. Absolutely, I feel. But I don't see it going anywhere spectacular this year. If it's supposed to be, we have to get to the finals this year, and that's the mandate.
What was all this energy?
Your best chance is to try to ride it the way it is. I'm not going to argue that. I'm just saying you ain't going to get there.
Where was all this energy when they won the tournament in the beginning of the year and all that stuff? Where was it?
Damn about the tournament.
No. But what I'm saying is, where was all this energy? Your energy was everybody's energy was totally different.
My energy was not different. Did I thought that they were going to win the conference?
They beat the Spurs. They balled out, and all of a sudden, it was totally
The NBA
different.
Cup doesn't mean a damn thing.
I get that. What I'm saying is how people, oh, man, look at the Knicks. Oh, man, they beat the Spurs. Look what they did to OKC. Oh, man. How quickly it turns.
It turns this quickly because they haven't won a championship in 50 years. And I don't think it's going to be this year.
But
even if they got to the finals, they're not beating Oklahoma City.
I mean,
even if somehow the Pistons, and I will not argue that their best chance to get to the finals is to ride it as is right now. I will not argue that. That's 100% true. But I still don't think it's a great chance.
But it's a chance. And if you get to the finals, anything can happen. KD blow his Achilles out. You just never know. That's why you play these things out. You think next year is a better chance. This could be the chance. Bo Nix. Oh, my ankle. All of a sudden, New England's back. You just never know. That's why you play these things out.
This is what I want to know from people.
The Knicks.
This is what I want to know from people. If you had the choice right now between making the deal and setting yourself up better for the next couple of years versus what you believe in now, what are you doing? Is it worth it to sit and wait on it if you're going to feel confident about Giannis or not? 800-919-3776. Here's Black Kev. He is Kev on Long Island. Hi, Kev.
What's up, Black Chris? How you doing? White Bart, what's up?
What up?
What up? Listen, guys, enough. Look, put it this way. Novak Djokovic was a sprained ankle from winning the champ. All he got to do is Carlos to turn his ankle for him to win that championship, the Australian yesterday. It takes one little thing to go wrong for everything to turn in your favor. So I'm not wasting my time on the Giannis stuff. I'm just not, because he could come back to us with whatever you give up, and that Achilles goes pop. So I told the gentleman that I spoke to earlier, here's a trade that I think works out. Now, I'm almost positive it works, all right? It's going to require you to give up Mitchell Robinson, and it's going to require you to give up Mikal Bridges. You call the Pelicans. You get back Yves Missi, you get back Trey Murphy the third, and you get back Jose Alvarado. Those three players right there with what you're giving up, because there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to sign Mitchell Robinson for whatever money he's looking to ask for. There's a possibility we could lose him for nothing. Do something with him now. Yves Missi, Trey Murphy III, Jose Alvarado. It takes care of all three of the positions that you might have a weakness in.
What do you think?
And the money matches.
I mean, and we're still going to do Giannis in the off season. Listen, I love Trey Murphy.
Man, Giannis smartest. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm sorry. I'm not wasting my time right now, because I think right now, yeah, we can legitimately do something. I'm not saying about we're going to march to a championship, but if you get those players, you got Alvarado backing up Brunson right now. Trey Murphy III is a better player, as far as I'm concerned, than Mikal Bridges, because he's definitely a way better shooter, and he's a good defender. Yves Missi is Mitchell Robinson back when he first got inside of here. It balances everything out right now. I know that people don't want to lose Mitchell Robinson because of the rebounding. I get it. But It could be done. You could lose him, and all you're doing is getting back a younger player, and you're losing the softness in Mikal Bridges that I can't stand anyway with a better jump shooter. All right, fellas.
I also, listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend Mitchell Robinson, okay? He is just simply waiting to get hurt.
But he is the straw that stirs the drink, though.
Defensively, absolutely he is.
I mean, they just play different when he's rolling. The thing is, you just can't trust they can stay healthy for a duration of time. It seems like he's had a surgery or something every year that he's been in the league.
Well, it is sitting around and waiting for him to get hurt. That's what it is. That's what it's been. But I won't deny what he does defensively when he is on the court.
Yeah.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. There seems to be a lot of thought, and I think that this is probably accurate, that Giannis does not get traded at all. Here's Junior Adrian. Chris is smoking. Clownish talk. Knicks can't beat the Pistons. That's crazy. Okay. The Thunder is a well-oiled machine for Primo Sabe. Brian Hurdle, Chris on that drug this morning. Carlin sounds like a desperate fool who wants Giannis with a bad calf. I tell you what, guys, be careful on this calf thing, okay? I don't know what's going on there.
Because we know what that, we don't know if it's legitimate, but we know what that calf, what it has.
We know what it leads to. Yeah. Certainly, yes. And I wouldn't have a problem if they actually traded for Giannis and still sat him down the rest of the year because of that thing, if that's a real deal. Anyway, 800-919-3776, Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, "Don't get me anything," that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
It's the last day for football, and FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost, it's on passing yards, over, under, and alternate passing yards. For example, maybe you want to get involved with Drake May to throw under 225.5 passing yards. Or maybe you think Sam Darnold to throw for over 227.5 is too high. You can consider using an alternate line of 200-plus passing yards. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
You know, I'm just watching some video of LeBron talking after the game last night, and the hair's looking like it's in a decent place right now. Like they got a shot from up above, and it looks like there's no. Now you got me. I'm fixated on lace fronts now and all that stuff, because after seeing the guy get it knocked off his head, I'm just looking at LeBron. It looks like it's nice and short, but it looks like it's full.
Nah, it's just short. So it looks full. If you look at the back, like the crowning spot, like, you know what I'm saying, it's like inflamed. It's like
so he's got it in the back of the head. Okay.
He's crowning.
Oh. I don't know if I'd put it that way, but I understand what you're saying. 800-919-3776. Is there anything that you want to tell me that you haven't told me?
No. What are you talking about?
Because somebody online sent me a clip from essentiallysports.com.
What's that?
I don't know. But it says, Bart Scott wants to coach for the New York Jets. Here it is. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The Jets need a new linebackers coach, a position expected to be filled soon, as the franchise recently hired Brian Duker to be the team's defensive coordinator. Former Jet linebacker and currently ESPN radio host Bart Scott is interested in the vacant linebackers coach position, though he has not yet been approached. Scott's representative, Harold Lewis, told me the former Pro Bowl linebacker wants to get into coaching and help his former team turn the franchise around. We getting back in?
No.
Get the agent on the horn.
Who knows, man? Senior Bowl, stuff like that, people just be talking, man.
Scott himself, okay, I don't need to get hit on Wednesday with, hey, I'm out. Good luck with all this. It said Scott himself said that he would love to coach for the Jets or Ravens, which we've talked about. Yeah. And he's eager to pass on his intellectual knowledge of the game to younger players. All of that, very true. It's just, you told me we got a few years until that's happening. If we don't,
Yeah, I got a 13-year-old.
Okay. I don't want to read about it. Listen, there have been plenty of times in my career, especially with you, where I've read about things and not heard about them. So if we could avoid that at this time, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. I'm right here, man. Where my feet at?
800-919-37. That's not a denial. That's not a denial. That's not a denial right there. I'm right here where my feet at. That's coach speak. That is absolutely coach speak. Why don't you just come out and say, I'm worried about this show, this team today. You sound like a coach getting ready for a bowl game. That's got one foot out the door and is putting his staff together.
Where my feet is.
Next thing I know, you're taking Tom with you. Speaking of which, what the hell's going on here with the coaching staff at this point?
I think at this point, like, the initial rush for all the big-time guys are over. And I think that, you'll have people to take time for the smaller transactions, I think, so to speak. Linebacker coach, running backs coach, receivers coach, position coaches. The big hires I think are done, which is what you really want when you consider that, before you know it, we'll be at the draft, combine, free agency. You want those guys that are making the real decisions about their systems and what they need and who they need. So I think that's where we're at. You look at the Jets, you look at the Giants. They're, I can't believe that Harbaugh was caught this far off guard. This must mean that he really thought that Monken wasn't going anywhere.
He didn't. I don't think he thought Monken was going to get the job.
I think. He must have not only thought that he was going to get a job. You must have thought that he really didn't want it that much. And talking to Ty, I'm sure he was talking to Ty, hey, man, what's going on? But like you talk to your boy being
like
real
I just
short.
asked you 2 minutes ago. Hey, listen, I'm reading things. What's going on?
It was crazy,
Next
man.
thing I know, you're the head coach of the Browns.
DC for the Browns.
Yes, exactly. You're the new Mike Pettin.
Got to find my Manish.
By the way,
I'm surprised nobody's giving him a defensive.
I hate to give him any shine. He's popped up a little bit here on Twitter, criticizing the Jets a bit.
Oh, he's back.
A little bit.
Was he on?
I did respond to the first one. New phone. Who dis?
Was he on the Oscar?
I don't know. But yeah, maybe he was off on an ayahuasca trip. I don't know.
Now he's reemerged.
Didn't stop him from criticizing the Jets at all. He kind of came back and has been, popping up here and there on social media. I won't give him any more shine, but we'll keep an eye on that. Try to get back in.
It's crazy though. You got. I'm surprised nobody's offered Mike Pettin anything. He's been there. I heard he clashed a little bit with Minnesota with Brian Flores in philosophy.
Well, what I heard was he just announced that he was retiring from coaching.
Oh,
he did a couple weeks ago, very quietly.
He's made enough money.
So it surprised me because he's not that old.
Hey, mate, he's younger than Rex.
Yeah, is Pettin even in his late 50s?
I would think he's like maybe 56, something like that.
He's 59? Okay.
Oh,
he's older than I thought he was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he's older than I thought he was. Okay. Well, anyway, a couple of things I wanted to bring up here. First of all, Rich Cimini earlier today on Twitter suggested that today is a big day as far as the Jets offensive coordinator situation. Here was the exact tweet. Frank Reich is the name that has generated the most buzz in connection with the Jets offensive coordinator vacancy, but keep an eye on Darrell Bevell. It wouldn't shock me if he gets the nod. Their plan was to narrow it to 3 finalists, as Jeremy Fowler reported Saturday. Greg Roman also in the mix. Today is a key day. So, of those 3, what is the best possible outcome?
For me, it's Frank Reich, just because you want the development of a young quarterback, and you want a guy who played quarterback kind of talking to him because he can talk to him through experience. But then also for me, I would hire Greg Roman as well as the assistant head coach slash run game coordinator.
Yeah.
Like Greg Roman is one of the most innovative, best run game coordinators in all of football. You think about what he did with Colin Kaepernick. You think about what he did with Lamar Jackson, but people fail to realize what he did with the Baltimore Ravens and Jamal Lewis rushing for 2,000 yards, right? He is – like when people talk about Mike McDaniel and how great his run game is, and people think that he's probably the best run game, innovative run game coordinator outside of Sean McVay. I mean, Greg Roman's right there. I mean, wherever he goes, it is a devastating run game.
What to me is interesting about that is, though, what does that mean about who the quarterback would be? Because if you're going to bring in Greg Roman and you want to do that, you want to have somebody who's mobile, right?
No.
Is that where he's best suited? Because not just because of Lamar,
Jamal Lewis.
All right, he was just with Herbert, but is he at his best when he has that kind of player because of the Kaepernick thing you were talking about, because of Lamar?
I also mentioned Steve McNair, who wasn't a running quarterback at all. He was Air McNair, but he wasn't doing no RPOs and nothing like that. Mm-hmm. He was just – matter of fact, that wasn't even with – I don't even think that was with Jamal. I mean, that wasn't even with Steve McNair. That was with who was my quarterback that time? Yeah. But when Jamal ran for 2,000, it wasn't a mobile quarterback. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he hasn't done it like with the RPO stuff. He's done it with traditional quarterbacks as well.
Okay, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, for me, as I'm trying to watch how this plays out, Reich is clearly the number one guy. What I don't know. Please explain this to me. If you hire Reich, but you want to bring in Roman as well, is that a clash in styles as to what they're trying to do? Are they trying to do two different things there? Or is it,
because he's run game coordinator, so he can come in and fit in. He's just going to give you the type of runs and the blocking schemes based on the fronts in which you're going to go against. So it's like when you go in there and you're in the run game coordinator, you're talking about these are the runs that we're going to have. These are the type of runs we're going to have for the defense that we're facing this week. So rather, okay, every time here we're going to double the 3 technique if he's front side. Here we're going to go out, we're going to scoop block, or we're going to zone block this one. We're going to zone block the front side and man block the back side. It's those type of principles. Kind of like how Bill Callahan. I'm surprised nobody reached out to the Callahans. What's more interesting, too, man, is the fact that the coordinator, I
think Brian Callahan just got hired this weekend.
Brian, okay. So Brian just got hired. It'll be interesting to see, like, if anything shakes loose from the Patriots or anything shakes loose from the Seahawks.
Callahan didn't get hired, but he's in the mix for the Giants. It's Callahan, Cliff Kingsbury in the mix for the Giants, apparently, as well. So he could be, I would imagine that not that it's definitive, but wherever Brian goes, he would want to bring his father, and why wouldn't you?
Maybe if his father still wants to coach. I mean, I think his father helped him out because his son's the head coach. I don't know if he cares about helping somebody, if his son is just a assistant coach.
It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Let's get back to the calls here at 800-919-3776. Ira in Staten Island is up. Ira, what's going on, bud? How are you?
Hey, all good, fellas. The 3 choices. I have to agree with probably Reich would be the best option, strictly experience, and also, when they have to go to an interim coach late October, November, he can step in and coach. So that's how I'm looking at it, and I think that's how I'm sure he's looking at it. I just can't believe his best friend, Boomer Esiason, is going to let him come to the Jets with this situation. But, I'm really curious to see who they're going to bring in, whether it's Cousins, who else is out there, Mariota, if they have a trade in place. It's just, I think whoever they get to hire has to have an idea who's going to be the veteran quarterback. I don't see any one of these 3 men actually agreeing to a deal with the Jets until they tell them this is the quarterback that 90% were hoping that this is going to be the guy you're going to deal with.
Well, but how can you lock in on that? That's the problem when it's a veteran guy, and it's not like the free agent veterans are awesome to begin with. Like, you would want that guy to help you make that decision, wouldn't you?
Well, the Jets are funny. I mean, normal football teams, yes, but you don't know how the Jets are handling things, how Moogie and Glenn are doing things. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of told the offensive coordinator, "Listen, it's going to be one of these 2 guys. Which one? We're going to try to do our best, but you're going to have to be comfortable with either one." Because let's face it, except for a paycheck, what veteran quarterback's even going to want to come here knowing they're just going to be here for 1 year? So it's a messy situation. And I'm hoping for the best for 26. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of punting on the season and looking forward to 27.
Man.
It's February 2nd, Ira.
You got the free agency yet. But, I mean, I wonder, like, if they're telling them, hey, this is the quarterback we're going to draft, though, too, to try and, this year, maybe we'll draft one next year, but this is one we're going to draft this year, too.
All right, so of the guys that we're talking about outside of the draft, just free agent, okay? Let's just talk free agent, not trades, free agent. This is what you're looking at the moment. Now, one of these guys I don't expect to make it to free agency, but this is where we are. It's Russ. It's Daniel Jones, who I don't know that they're going to let him get to free agency. They might go another short-term deal with him. Mariota, Malik Willis, Tyrod, Garoppolo. And then we're down to the Flacco's, Wentz's, Minshew's, Trubisky's, and Zach Wilson. Then we're down to the, then we're getting down further on the list.
I mean, I'm either trading for Mac Jones, or Jimmy G might be somebody that I might give a shot. I mean, he's a guy that has won when he's healthy. The issue is he hasn't been healthy. He hasn't played in 2 years really consistently since he left San Francisco. But he left San Francisco not because he wasn't playing well. He took him to a Super Bowl. It's just that he can't stay healthy. And Brock Purdy came in and kind of took over.
You know what we haven't done in a while?
How much has he made?
How much did that guy make? I think we need to play a round of how much is that guy made, because I just came across a number that I think is incredibly interesting when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo. Tom Bauer, do you have imagery?
It's time to play How Much Did That Guy Make?
Okay, here we are. Bart, career earnings. I will welcome Tom Bauer into this game. I will welcome Ray Dinahan into this game. Jimmy Garoppolo, up until this point, how much did that guy make? He's 34 years old, in the league for 11 years. How much did that guy make, Bart Scott?
I would say Jimmy G's made like $110 million.
$110 million. Tom Bauer, how much did that guy make?
I'm going to say $160 million.
$160 million. And finally, Ray Dinahan, Jimmy Garoppolo. How much has that guy made?
$99 million.
$99 million. Now, these are not Price is Right rules. It is not close enough without going over. It is quite simply the closest answer. Jimmy Garoppolo has made $154.7 million in his career. Bart Scott, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's only started 3 years. They made the trade for him from New England. Then he got the deal. He got hurt as soon as he got there.
Right.
Like the ankle or something. He was there 4 years?
In New England?
No.
They drafted him?
In San Francisco.
He was in San Francisco for 6 years. 2017 all the way through 2022.
And he wasn't a starter the last 2 years, right?
He started 15 games in 2021. He started 10 games in 2022. That's when Purdy came along. He is, oh my God. Career stats, all right? Career stats for having made $154 million. He has started 64 games. He does have a record of 43-21.
Yeah.
He's had some big seasons. He's thrown for 15,800 yards.
Is that $1 million per?
Yes. That's
per 1,000 yards.
Right.
Every 1,000 yards you get paid $1 million.
No, it's 15,000 every 100 yards. Is that right? No, that can't be.
No, every 1,000.
Hang on here. Again, I'm not a math guy. Okay. 15,000.
Oh no, that's every 100. Every 100.
157.
Every 100.
Did I say 154
That's $1 million.
million?
That's $100 million every.
Hang on. I'm doing the math right now. All right.
You got a scientific calculator?
Yes. Also known as a calculator. All right. So 100 and hang on here. 150. How many idiots does it take to figure this out? 154 million divided by 15,828 yards equals $154,684 per yard.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
$1 million per 1,000 yards that he has thrown for it. Per 100 yards that he has thrown for in his career.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And 96 touchdowns, 52 interceptions. Oh, my God. Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, that's got to be up there for the grand heists of all time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. That's why that number jumped out at me as soon as I happened to see it.
Say, wait, what? $154 million. I bet you if you put that up there, like against who's a great player? Let's put that up against Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner? How am I going to compare him for yards that he's thrown for?
No. Just career earnings.
Career earnings?
Like
I can.
Like significant players that he's probably made more money than. Like put him up against Julio Jones. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what let you know. That's what Michael Bennett said. Like the third string quarterback make more money than me. It's crazy.
Bobby Wagner has made $118.5 million. So Jimmy G has made roughly $37 million more.
And I would bet to say that Bobby Wagner's been in the league longer than 11 years.
Bobby Wagner has been in the league for, it doesn't say here. Career earnings at 118, 13 years.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
And that's a Hall of Famer, first ballot.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
But this is the crazy thing, and counting.
And counting. This year, he only made $3 million. It was a down year for Jimmy.
You know what I'm saying? Please do not take my pocket change.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm blown away by that.
And he started how many games?
In his career?
Yeah.
63.
63 games.
Yep. And he's got a good record. He's 43-21.
Yeah, he's on good teams.
Yeah. He went 13. His best year, he went 13-3 with the Niners.
Meanwhile, Jacoby Brissett getting the life beat out of him and get made none of that. Remember, they both started the same year before he got traded, and they let him go because they had Jacoby Brissett.
His biggest year of earning was $25.4 million in 2021, but he made over 20. Oh no, I take that back. Excuse me. 2018, he made $41.9 million.
Yeah,
that was when he signed and was injured.
Yeah, got hurt. Now pull up Jacoby Brissett, because remember, they were on the team at the same time and they let him go because they believed in Jacoby Brissett. I bet you Jacoby Brissett probably is like half of that. Probably more than half.
Jacoby Brissett in his career. You want to take a stab?
Yeah, like $60 million.
Tom, you want to take a stab? Jacoby Brissett, 9 years he's been in the league.
I'm going to say Brissett's made about, 71.
Way to really do the math. Just take all the calculations I made and just add a couple of million to it.
Yeah, that's Price is Right, baby.
Jacoby Brissett feels like a $55 million guy.
He's made 67.9. So he's made less than half of what Jimmy G has made.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then I'd have to look at what his career numbers are.
And he started in Indianapolis. Like, he was their starter for a year or two. I mean, that could be a guy that we end up with.
Listen, you could do worse than Jacoby Brissett.
Not too much worse.
You could do worse, but not too much worse. I mean, all right. In terms of his career starts, Jacoby Brissett has made 65 career starts, as opposed to what? What did I say before?
63.
63? But difference is Jacoby Brissett's always been on bad teams. His career record is 20-45.
Yeah.
But he's thrown for 14,700, so 1,000 yards.
About the same thing, 1,000 yards less.
76 touchdowns, 32 interceptions.
And $90 million left. Less.
Yeah, and he started more games in 5 fewer years, or in two fewer years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Way to get him, Jimmy G. Jimmy G got him. He robbed him with no mask on.
Jimmy won. That's what he did. Jimmy won. There are those guys out there who probably feel like they've been wronged, that are like Jimmy Garoppolo, like I've just never quite gotten my chance.
Right. I can't believe they got rid of me. I got him to a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy did once. I could have got him there.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo is going to walk out of the game, I'm assuming.
$200 million at least.
Well, somewhat close to it, and probably pretty damn healthy.
Yeah.
Probably without a limp. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught A whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock tonight. Islanders visiting the Washington Capitals. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. It is Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Also over on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you can leave your comments as well. People checking in. We mentioned Eitan earlier. He is bringing up Malik Willis. Primo Sabe blown away by the Jimmy G money. That's really up there. That is really up there for an all-time heist, is it not?
Yeah, it might be. Hey, did he win a Super Bowl too? Because he got a Super Bowl rings too because he was there when Tom was there. So he's gonna come off a Super Bowl champion and all the money he win
made. One? Wait a
yeah,
minute.
he won. Yeah, he got one. He was handing out.
Oh, with Tom. I was thinking with San Francisco.
Yeah.
He got to a Super Bowl with San Francisco.
So he
lost that one to Tom.
So he's going to say, I went to 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams.
And I told you the story about Tom with him when he first got there.
Yeah, one question a week.
One question a week for whoever the backup was for Brady. You get one question a week. It can be, how you doing? That's it.
Hey, man, can you pass me the clipboard? Yep.
All right, let's get to it. How about some audio files?
The audio file.
Tom Bauer's here. Tom Bauer is here. And just as you say that, I am looking once again and seeing the lace front getting knocked off of the head of Jarrell Miller. It is so fantastic. He won this fight, did he not?
Yeah, it was a horrible fight.
I know it was a bad fight.
And it was a bad performance by both sides.
But he's holding up his arms like, yeah.
Yeah, the dude he fought was a former football player that started doing it late in life.
Well, it shows.
Do you think him being proud at the end of the fight of his baldness, does that make you feel any better about yourself here, Chris?
No, you're only proud because you got caught.
Yeah, I would feel, listen, you can't deny it at that point. I have known people that have voluntarily taken the top down. Like they were covering it up for a while.
Like your brother?
Well, no, he didn't do it voluntarily. My other brother made him do it.
Steve Harvey?
He wouldn't let him in the house wearing one.
Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey did that.
He voluntarily took it down. I respect that.
He had a man unit, right? He had a high-top microphone. Mm-hmm. For all those years, we thought that was his hair. Then he just showed up with a bald head the next day.
I respect it. I respect it if you're voluntarily saying, you know what? Enough hiding from who I am. This is what I am. This is who I am. So it doesn't make me feel any better about myself, Tom. Listen, I know what I am and who I am. I accept it. Put it this way. If I were DiPietro, I wouldn't have been getting in any fights anytime soon.
Well, listen, this is why he has the hat company now, because now he has something he can put on his head. He can profit off of it, and he doesn't have to worry about the whole bald thing.
It's like Seinfeld when she ripped George's thing off his head, threw it on the street, and the homeless guy picked it up and put it on.
Well, hold on, Rick got a hat company?
No, I'm joking that Rick might be in need of a. He started getting some hats made for the show.
Ah, gotcha.
That's what the deal is. He doesn't own the hat company, does he?
That I don't know. I just know he was selling the hats, so that's where I made that from.
Right. No, but I also think that, listen, would I put it past Rick to be a little lace front situation? I would not.
Well, to be continued.
The goalie's got into a fight this weekend. I'd be careful if I were him.
To be continued on that front. At any rate, you're proud of your baldness. The Knicks should be proud of themselves because they're on a 6-game winning streak right now, defeating the Los Angeles Lakers 112-100 last night. OG Anunoby, he was the cog that got the whole machine going for the New York Knicks, was balling out on defense. 25 points that led the team last night. Landry Shamet not too far behind him with 23. Josh Hart spoke on OG scoring and what it does for the offense.
It's huge. It opens the court up. He's someone who obviously can knock down shots, but get to the rim, with his size and his strength really at will. And we need him to continue to do that. I think he's in a good mental space of being aggressive and getting to the rim.
Now that's all great and good. Now, Josh Hart also spoke about, because Brunson and Cat, they also had a little bit of a quieter night themselves, even though, again, Knicks still had a great night overall. Josh Hart spoke about that.
Yeah, I think that's what we're capable of. We have great depth. We have guys who can knock down shots, guys that can play make. It's not always going to be JB or Cat's night, but we have enough guys to obviously score points, but it shows that we don't have to force anything.
Listen, specifically to me with OG, Bart, that's about, he's playing exceptionally well right now.
For the last 2 years, he's the one out of all the people that have been signed that's been worth the money.
Yeah.
When you look at it, he's been, we had concern that, he always gets hurt. He was relatively healthy last year, and he's relatively healthy this year.
And yesterday.
And he's the difference. His win-loss, like when he's in the lineup, their record reflects that.
Yes, and then you look at what the line was yesterday, right? 34 minutes, he finishes with, what did he finish with? 25 points, 9 of 15. I mean, that's about as efficient as you can play, and was a plus 21 on the floor. That's about as efficient as you can play, and OG, listen.
And Matt Brunson actually gave him an assist on a fast break when he
13. Big night.
I'm saying when he didn't have to. They gave him a couple easy ones. You know what I'm saying? On the fast break, here you go. That's one. He should have took 3 dribbles and it wouldn't have counted as an assist.
Next.
All right, next up, fellas, we've got the New York Giants. First off, before I get to some John Harbaugh cuts, because, by the way, he was on the station this weekend, fellas, with our friend
I heard, with our Gary friend Myers.
Gary Myers.
I got all kinds of alerts. They let me know all over the place. Hey, Gary's on. Gary's on.
We had a promo.
My phone's buzzing off. Oh, my God.
They told you to turn your meter on?
No, they don't matter to us anymore, remember?
I'm sure Gary still wants to keep count.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get to John Harbaugh with Gary, I feel like this should be noted as well. Jordan Renan, he was on New York Game Day yesterday with Jake Asman and Mike Tannenbaum, and he was asked about when we think Harbaugh's staff is going to be finalized.
I think there's a potential. I think there's a likelihood that we don't have a final staff by the Super Bowl next week that we're going into. It'll be like basically 2 weeks before they finalize a full staff on the offensive side. I really do.
I mean, what is your take here on the offensive staff at this point? Do you want Callahan? Do you want one of the other guys that we've talked about? I think it is surprising that he has been caught this flat-footed.
I think Callahan has a leg up because he went against Callahan for so many years in Baltimore when he was a member of the Bengals. So I think he has a familiarity. He likes how the offense played and how they went about business. I think Callahan probably had the heads up. We'll see what happens with everybody else and how Clint Kubiak fills out his staff if he decides to take that job, and who we have in Arizona. Did we get somebody in Arizona already?
Yeah, they just hired Mike LaFleur.
Ah, wow.
Mike LaFleur.
From being fired from the Jets to being, and Tanner got hired quickly too.
Yeah, Tanner got the job with the pass game coordinator with the Falcons. Tanner Engstrand. I mean, look, I told you, the Engstrand thing, that doesn't bother me. As long as you get somebody like Reich in there. That doesn't bother me at all. I had talked to people, and I know you have too. I don't think they thought he was a bad coordinator. I just don't think they thought he distinguished himself at all.
How could
and he had very difficult spot to work with. Huh?
He literally had 3 different quarterbacks.
Yes, it's a very tough spot. It is a very tough spot.
Anyway, more on the whole Gary Myers front in the John Harbaugh interview. Here's a great question that Gary had for the head coach of the New York Football Giants. Can this team turn it around next season, a la New England did this season?
Of course, we believe that, like I said, when you work hard, man. We build something. We go into a game. We expect to win the game. We believe we're going to win the game, and we're planning on winning the game. And that's going to be for every single game. And we may win every single game. You never are going to ever for 1 second forfeit that opportunity to do that. But are we saying it's going to be easy? That's not a prediction. You're not saying that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to be working to make happen. And now the responsibility, you got to go fight, man. You got to go compete. You got to go play a football football game and try to find a way to win the game. So obviously, to your point, Gary, it can be done. It was just done this last year. Mm-hmm. It's been done every year. So that's it's time for us to be the team to do it.
There's a lot of early momentum of people believing that they are going to turn this around very quickly.
I mean, remember what we thought this team was last year?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was from a lack of talent. I just don't understand they got so little out of their defense last year.
When we talk about turning it around, though, are the Giants a playoff team next year? I can't say that right now.
I mean, I tell you what, Dallas
win 7-8 games.
Dallas is set up. Dallas is set up with salary cap space and major arsenal of draft picks to be able to address all the issues they had defensively and just stay the same offensively.
Listen, they don't have to get any better offensively.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Defensively, they can draft two defensive players. A lot of people, when we'll go over the draft, mock draft, they got the guy Sonny from
Sonny Styles from Ohio State.
Right. Overshaw be available, and they got him also with another DN pass rusher, and they already got Quinnen Williams, and they already got Kenny Clark.
Yeah,
they don't get good fast.
Here's the pick situation for them. Okay, they got the 2 firsts this year. They don't have a second or a third this year. Next year they have Green Bay's first. Obviously, the other one,
so that's
they have traded to the Jets. And then they have a first, second, and third next year. So it's 2 1s this year, but no 2 or 3.
All right, so two impact players this year.
Yep.
And then they have a lot of salary cap space. They have a lot of salary cap space too.
Yep, they do, and I'll tell you that in 1 second. And I know it's just fascinating to talk salary cap space.
Well, Chris,
but I do want to clarify it.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I should mention John Harbaugh, big guest for Gary Myers, big guest for Michael Kay today. Aaron Boone, the manager of the New York Yankees, 2 p.m.
Nice.
Tune in.
Very
ESPN,
nice.
ESPN
Excited
New York
for
app,
that.
ESPN New York YouTube page.
Look at you promoting for the K-Star, and I love it. So Kay's got him today. That's what time?
That's at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay. I'm still looking for the Cowboys on the cap space thing.
You want me to do it?
No, I got it right here. Hang on. I don't know what the hell's taking me so long. Yeah, they're not in great cap space right now. They have a lot of work.
Yeah, after the season.
Yeah,
you'll see projected cap space. Yeah, projected cap space.
They have a lot of work to do. Anyway, go ahead. All right. Fascinating. I know to watch me wait for that. Anyway, Tom, what's next? Anything?
No, that's all. I just also want to wish Michael Kay a happy birthday.
It is Michael Kay's birthday. There was a little get-together that I was unable to make it to. I know that you were unable to make it as well, correct?
Yeah. I wasn't able to make it. Yeah, I had my daughter basketball game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Michael, here's the thing. You know it's going to be a party if they're putting it together if his wife is putting it together for Michael. That is going to be the ultimate celebration of Michael. And there's nothing that Michael loves more.
Yeah, they got plenty of salary cap. Yeah, they got plenty of salary cap space.
The Cowboys?
No. Michael Kay.
Oh, they got the salary. Yes, they do have the salary cap space. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Let's do it. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Plus, other mock draft has the Jets taking a quarterback, but not where you think, people. That's next on ESPN New York.
Yankees manager Aaron Boone joins the Michael Kay Show live today at 2 p.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Last call for football. FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on passing yards, over, under, and alternate passing yards. Drake May against the Seahawks defense. How many yards do you think he's going to throw for? Think Sam Darnold will continue to impress? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me. This is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
My friends, it doesn't get any more New York than this. How about this? Wild Turkey Bourbon, giving you the chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx and New York Knicks tickets, both on Friday, April the 3rd. 2 games, 1 epic day, no compromises. To enter, all you got to do is find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. It's brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. One must be 21 or older. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Valentine's Day is coming up. End of next week. McDonald's, Bart, has a very special offering. Are you ready? Here we go. McDonald's offering caviar kits. There was a viral food trend, I guess, last year at the U.S. Open where a Korean-inspired fried chicken restaurant sold 6 chicken nuggets topped with Petrosian caviar, creme fraiche, and chives at the tennis championships for $100. So McDonald's is offering a caviar kit for free. People just need to sign up for a kit when they drop online. So you can get the McDonald's caviar kit.
So you're taking the nuggets and you make it yourself. You put the caviar on it, you put the chives on it, you put the cream on it, and you eat it.
Right. And you can get the kit. They'll be available next week at McNuggetCaviar.com.
Am I trusting McDonald's with caviar? I guess caviar comes in a can, so it don't matter, right?
Right. But I mean, I still think it matters. The kit will include a 1-ounce tin of McNugget caviar, a $25 McDonald's gift card, creme fraiche, and a mother-of-pearl caviar spoon, according to a news release.
Mother of pearl?
Yeah. What is mother of pearl? I've heard that before. I have no idea what it is.
Mother of pearl is like the thing that comes on like it has like iridescent, like rosy.
It's a strong iridescent and pearly inner layer of mollusks.
Yeah. It's like... Yeah, yeah.
Is it the thing that like protects a pearl in an oyster?
No. You've seen it on like things like you've seen on bracelets, mother of pearl. You've seen it. It's kind of like it has a pinkish sheen on it, but it's white.
Right. Okay. Well, they're giving you a mother of pearl caviar spoon with it.
Wow.
So you can't start signing up until next Tuesday, February 10th at 11 a.m. Eastern. The McNugget caviar countdown.
Here we go. Bam. Carlin's Corner.
But here's the problem.
You get the can, and then you go to a McDonald's, and you order a 6-piece, and then you prep it for us right there. We get to see how good it is.
But here's the problem. I'm allergic to fish.
Oh, damn.
The fish oil.
Well,
Tom and I were talking about this during the break. So what do you want to come with me and do it?
I'm not going. I don't eat seafood.
I don't know.
By choice.
I don't know.
We can make time go. We can make time go, and I'll eat a Big Mac with extra sauce.
Tom, you ever have caviar?
I've had caviar once, and I'll be honest, I don't know what the quality of it was. And quite frankly, I couldn't even tell you what type of caviar
it was. Gas station sushi, Tom? Where did you get it?
It was at some restaurant.
Pick it up at Wawa?
It was at some restaurant in New York City. I think we were at having raw tuna with it or something like that.
It was like catfish eggs.
Oh, God.
That's where they got the fish from.
What are these eggs of? The pike.
Yeah, perch eggs.
I remember it just being very salty, and that's about it.
Ray, have you ever had caviar in your life?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
this is something that you would clearly know if you did. You don't think so? When somebody gave you something they thought, or were you like at a party and you were?
Yeah, I don't know. It may have been given to me. I may have tried it, but it obviously didn't leave any kind of a mark. And
it doesn't sound, Ray, it's not cocaine. That's what you're making it sound like.
Right.
Somebody was passing it around at a party.
I took a bump.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite like that. But I also, I've never had it, and I can't imagine.
I've had it before. I can't front.
Do you like it?
I didn't even taste it on anything. It was like it was part of a chips with like dip, and then you sprinkle like some of it, like the caviar.
You're supposed to put it on top of that, right?
Yeah. It was like fried chips or something, fresh made.
Yeah. I gotcha. Not like Fritos. It was like actual chips.
Yeah.
That were like, flatbread kind of chips or something. Okay.
Like a potato chip.
Listen, I trust McDonald's with a lot of things. Caviar? I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
I mean,
gas station sushi, like you said.
Is it like you're the one questioning it in the first place? It's like, I mean, the fillet of fish is questionable enough, isn't it? We don't even know that's fish.
Well, do you know what kind of fish it is? Like, they got fake cod. They got this fake cod they sell in Japan. It's like a much cheaper
I think
fish.
they call it fraud.
Yeah. It could be something like that, like flan or something.
Listen, I've never had a McDonald's fillet of fish, and I would not trust a McDonald's fillet of fish. But that's just me. It's nothing against McDonald's. I obviously have a very soft spot in my heart for McDonald's. It's more about an allergy, and, I'd probably rather die.
I'm loving it.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Up at the top of the hour, D. Wood, Damien Woody, next.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, bite back.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Yankees manager Aaron Boone joins the Michael Kay Show live today at 2 p.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player in the big game to score the first touchdown, but his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the big game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line with BetMGM's Second Chance. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards payback and unrestricted withdrawable funds.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-880-1212. That's 800-880-1212. Again, that's 800-880-1212.
That's right. It is noon o'clock on Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Noon means what, my friend?
It's the power hour, 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 hour.
Well done. Well done. It is noon on Monday. That also means Damien Woody joins us, of course, ESPN NFL analyst. He is on the line with us right now. D. Wood, it is Chris and Bart. Question one, we were just talking about this. McDonald's is putting out a Caviar kit for Valentine's Day. Would you trust Caviar from McDonald's? Would you take someone special there for Caviar on Valentine's Day?
Hell no, because I'm not eating caviar anyway.
Yeah.
And no, the wife ain't going for that at all. No.
So, I'm not a caviar guy
just,
either.
Just straight barbecue sauce. Have you ever considered? Now you don't have a lace front, but if you could suggest a lace front from somebody with a Mike Tyson part, who would you suggest that to that's currently bald? Should Louis Riddick get a lace front? Should Chris Carlin get a lace front? What ball guy do you suggest should get a lace front like Big Baby Miller?
Oh, man, that's a good question, man. I have to think about that. Definitely not Louis. I think Louis, he's too smooth for all of that. I don't even think he wants hair. So definitely not Louis. I got to think about that one. But how ridiculous is it to wear a lace front in a damn boxing match?
Somebody's going to be punching you.
Right, that's got to be the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Now, could he have been doing that because he wanted to get a sponsorship from Gorilla Glue? Because maybe it was about the glue that he used. Then he said, because remember the girl that gelled down her edges, and they had to cut all her hair off because they couldn't get all this cement. So maybe she's trying to get the Gorilla Glue endorsement.
I don't know, but whatever type of glue that he used for that for his toupee or his lace front, man, it wasn't good enough, man, because that uppercut knocked that thing jam off.
He used wood glue.
I do have to give it to him. I do have to give it to him for taking the thing off and just throwing it into the crowd at that point. And leaning into it.
Did he have a choice? It was flopping up. It was flopping up like it was like the thing that Woody Woodpecker used to live into, like the little stump that Woody Woodpecker lived in.
It was, I'll tell you, it was the best boxing highlight I have seen in a long, long time. D. Wood, Bart and I were talking about this earlier. We were discussing the Jets and the offensive coordinator position, and it seems like that may get done today. Frank Reich, what is your take on Frank Reich as a coordinator? And if they end up with him, have they, in essence, done a pretty good job with considering everything they've gone through over the last few weeks?
Yeah, listen, I think, you can question Frank Reich as a head coach, but I think he's been a pretty good play caller. Obviously, Frank Reich's a guy, former player, played quarterback in the league for a long time. He's been a pretty good play caller. So, you could do a lot worse than Frank Reich, I can tell you that. And we know that the Jets are going to need a quarterback. And so when you have your play caller who was a former quarterback, his expertise is going to be critical in helping to evaluate quarterback, not only veteran quarterbacks, but obviously, if you you go to the draft route and bringing in a young quarterback as well.
You know, I said earlier on, I think that they should also go after Greg Roman and make him your run game coordinator and just add
I agree, boy. I agree. Double dip on it. Like, go get Greg Roman. Listen, I think the only question is Woody willing to put out some money? And I'm talking about Woody Johnson willing to put out some money, but I would do the same thing. I would double dip. Go get Greg Roman as your run game coordinator and Frank Wright as your OC. I think you got the best of both worlds if you're the Jets.
Yeah, there we go. So I was telling the truth, Carlin.
I hear you. No, listen, I understand. I think that the thing that really kind of jumps out to me is that this whole thing has taken as long as it has, and they still have so many spots to fill on this staff. Is any of that concerning to you at this point?
No.
Yeah, it is. You know, because like for me, it is. It's like, I mean, they basically have to fill out their whole staff. And so how many, really good, viable assistant coaches are still out there right now? We've moved past the Senior Bowl. So, the clock is a ticket, man. So, we got to get to evaluating free agency is around the corner, obviously draft and all that type of stuff. So I'm pretty sure you want to get your assistant coaches in there so, you can help contribute to getting ready for those two items I talked about.
I want to assume that with so many, 10 job openings, that's over 100, 200. That's over 200 coaches that got fired. That's still out there. Oddly enough, it's crazy that Matt Nagy may find himself without a job at all. Maybe bring him in as a quarterback consultant or quarterback's coach or something to help develop, out there. He may find himself sitting himself out. But, we're getting to the point where we had the Senior Bowl, and now we have these mock drafts. Is it anything that you heard or saw, from the Senior Bowl this weekend, people that stood out that may be a hidden gem for the Jets or the Giants, or what's the vibe like, when you did get up and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, listen, I think the biggest thing that jumped out from the Senior Bowl, as far as big names, Gary Nussmeier, the quarterback from LSU, they say that he was the best quarterback down in the Senior Bowl. And, I think he's an interesting prospect because coming into last season, a lot of people thought that he was going to be, slam dunk first round pick. And obviously, the season didn't turn out the way that he wanted to. He was dealing with an injury that kind of railroaded his season. But listen, you're talking about a guy who's highly talented. He's a coach's son. And so he's been around the game his whole life. So if you're the Jets, man, and you're thinking about, how do we want to, when do we want to pick a quarterback with all those bounty of picks? I think he's a name that you got to keep in mind. Maybe probably not in the first round, but, I think day 2 or day 3 pick, he would be a guy that I would be interested in.
Damien Woody with us, ESPN NFL analyst. Let's spend a little time on the game here early in the week. Where do you stand right now on this game, and do you see is there anything throughout the course of the week outside of a major injury or anything that could kind of alter your thinking on how this is going to play out?
Yeah, I'll probably get an edge to Seattle right now, just, looking at everything, and obviously there's a lot more film study that needs to go into it. But when you look at this game, I thought Sam Darnold really, from championship weekend, he had the best game of his career, in my opinion. Exercised some demons against the Los Angeles Rams and, went out there and played an excellent game. And obviously we know about Seattle's defense. We know about JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Kenneth Walker III, the running back, has really come on over the last 6 weeks of this season, between the regular season and the postseason. And so I'm leaning towards Seattle. But listen, I think one thing that bears watching is, number one, Drake May. He's dealing with a shoulder injury. So we got to see how that's going to play out, how much he's practicing this week and his availability. But I think one underrated aspect of this game that not enough people are talking about is the Patriots' defense. The Patriots are kind of on a heater this postseason. Do you know the Patriots have only given up 26 points on 36 drives in the postseason? That's the best since the 2000 Ravens. That's how well their defense has played this postseason, man. So I think we could be I think it's going to be a challenge for both of these quarterbacks going up against their respective defenses.
I love the fact that you got the stats with it, but stats can lie to you because C.J. Stroud was god awful, and they played a guy that hadn't took a snap underneath center in 5 years. So I mean, that's the intriguing part. We're trying to figure out what's real, what's not real when you look at these statistics. Right, and it's going to be interesting because, that game is not just about, who's the best team. It's about who handles the situations better and who chokes and who doesn't choke. Like, it goes back to – and you would know better than me, right? You were part of one of the teams that came out that wasn't expected to win. Did you win the one against the Rams?
Yeah, that was
right.
That was the first one.
Right,
yeah.
when y'all came out as a team, right? Y'all wasn't expected to be able to compete with that. But, you talk about, people get tight in these type of situations. And I wonder how much does Vrabel's experience in the big games actually playing from a player standpoint and Josh McDaniels for coaching in those big games play against the inexperience of the Seattle staff who's never won one.
Well, it matters. It matters from, again, like you talked about from a player perspective, Mike Vrabel's been there. He's a guy that played in multiple Super Bowls and won multiple Super Bowls. Okay, so he can speak directly to the players about, how it is and don't get caught up in the moment and keeping the main thing the main thing. And you have the rest of your lives to celebrate, let's go out and handle business this week. And then obviously Josh McDaniels was there for, the Patriots dynasty. He's one of the brightest, offensive minds that we've seen in the last couple of decades. And, he'll have Drake May ready to go. And there's a reason why Drake May is in the running for the MVP is because of Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel.
D. Wood is with us. Damien, I want to go back to what you were saying about Sam for a second. We see it be a copycat league all the time. And the way the quarterbacks have been handled over the last 15 years since kind of the pay structure changed where they were getting all the money up front at first versus now when they get it later on, do you think more teams, based on what's happened with Sam, when they draft somebody, are going to be a little more likely to be more patient at that position than maybe they have been where it's 3 years and out?
No, I do not. For a variety of reasons. I think for a couple reasons. One, because of how rookie contracts are set up nowadays, you have to make a decision on the fifth year with these guys. And it actually started the year Sam Darnold came into the league. And so, after your third year, a lot of these teams are like, we got to make a decision if this guy's going to be our guy. So that's number one. And then number two, just talking about these owners, listen, these owners are making so much money, man. Like, they're just impatient. They don't have time to be waiting 4 or 5 years for a guy to kind of develop. And unfortunately, that's what should be happening, but these owners are just so impatient. And guys like Mike Vrabel, make it impossible for other owners to be more patient, because here it is. The Patriots went from 4-13 last year to 4-13 this year and in the Super Bowl. I mean, 14-3 and in the Super Bowl. So, that's what we're up against right now.
Who you got in the game, Wood? Who you got in the game? Are you, first of all, are you going out to the game?
I am not. I am not going out there. I'm going to be watching the game from the Woody palatial estate, and I right now I'm picking Seattle. I think Sam Darnold. I think the Seattle defense is top tier, and I think Sam Darnold is going to finish this thing, and he's going to continue to play like he played in the NFC Championship game.
So two Jets getting two Jets get. You know what the most fascinating thing is out of all this? That's what I love about football, man. like who's first to be last, who last to be first. It's kind of like a microcosm of life. It looked like Josh Allen was winning in life. Looked like Lamar Jackson was winning in life. It looked like all these quarterbacks that got picked before Sam Darnold was winning in life. And you come full circle, and Sam Darnold may be the first one to get the championship after all that he's went through and the adversity that built him to be prepared for this moment.
Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, remember Sam Darnold's in the same draft as Josh Allen.
That's what I'm saying. And Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and so and Lamar Jackson. And so I always tell people development isn't linear. It's not a straight line. You know, we've seen Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson basically be with the same organization, same coach, and there's a reason why they've been so successful. Sam Darnold has been around. He's been around the block a lot, but it wasn't until he joined the 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings where his career kind of started taking off, man. So the most important thing about all of this is your organization and your culture got to be on point for these guys to thrive, man.
D-Wood, we'll talk to you after the game, man. Enjoy it at home this week.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Does the grandbabies get chips and dip too? Or are they too young?
No, man, they eating everything now, man. So like, I can't have nothing to myself.
But also, it got to be a bad habit for you eating pirate booties all day because you know you got to grab a couple for yourself.
Yeah, I always got to. Yeah, I gotta be cognizant of that. That's why we keep a lot of fruit around.
Yeah, no, I outlawed from my house. Thanks, D-Wood. Appreciate it, man. Damien Woody, ESPN NFL analyst. I haven't even considered, like, what's going to be on the menu for this week.
Well, you know you got to make your cheese dip. You got to make your cheese dip.
Yeah, we'll make some cheese dip. I'll make some regular onion dip, too, because I love that.
Could it be the best of Carlin's Corner? Could you tell those people that you want it all delivered? Say, hey, man, I showed y'all love. I want it all for free. I need you to go ahead and deliver that.
It would be nice that somebody would reach out and say, hey, you know.
What's that, Salt Hanks? They give you a big
I tell you what.
Super Bowl version, you know, all cut up that they bring and deliver to you.
Like a 3-foot sandwich
tray.
Like
that?
Oh, my
God.
That thing costs about $300.
No, they got to give it to you. You put them on.
Listen. There were a lot of people putting them on. They're doing fine.
You shined a light. What about Bradley Cooper?
Oh, that cheesesteak would be good.
What about Mama's Pizza?
Oh, man.
What about your cookie place? Your cookie place got to give you your cookies?
Those thin cookies. Oh, my God. Like, it's just going to be me and my wife, at least I think.
It's going to turn to something else.
We kicked around bringing over some other people. Yeah, because our townhouse it's kind of – it's not small, but it's not like – to entertain, you know.
Yeah, but only 3. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't drop no hot wings on your great couch.
That's true.
Somebody got to dive in. You got to put a couch cover over.
Oh, that's absolutely true. It's a brilliant move on my part, by the way. Yesterday, so I'm a little bit on the bull in a china shop situation, right? I come home, I bring home a bagel after I'm getting home from the airport. Brought home bagel and coffee for my wife. I flew home from Louisville where I had that game on Saturday. And I'm thinking, like, I'm doing all the right things. I take my shoes off at the door so I'm not tracking it all over the place. All those things. I go up to soften the butter on the microwave a little bit.
Yeah.
And I hit melt butter instead of softened butter. Everywhere.
Now you got to clean up the top and all that stuff.
Oh my God, what a freaking disaster I am when it comes to that stuff. It's the blocking and tackling of life that I cannot seem to handle sometimes. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. All right, you mentioned this earlier, and I want to get to some of it. And I'm going to get to calls here as well at 800-919-3776. But the latest mock draft has come out. It's a 2-round mock draft from Matt Miller on ESPN.com. All right? So it's post-Senior Bowl, 2 rounds. I'm going to give you the picks. You tell me what you think. First of all, the Jets at number 2 kept it pretty simple. Arvell Reese.
There we go.
Okay.
Coming downhill, baby.
Giants at number 5, Carnell Tate, the wide receiver from Ohio State.
Great. It allows Malik Neighbors to come back slowly, not put too much pressure on him. You still got Slayton as well.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably lose Wan'Dale Robinson, right?
Is he a free agent?
I think he's a free agent.
I'm not positive.
They probably lose him because even though they're going to do something, you're not going to have four. If you drafted 2 first-round draft picks, you pay Slayton.
Yes, he is a free agent. My bad. Yeah, he is. You're right. I don't know why I had that wrong. He's projected to get somewhere around $15 million annually.
Wow.
Oof. You gonna pay him between $15 and $18 million for 4 years?
Hell no.
That's a
$60 million for 4 for him.
He's a good player, but that's a lot. That's a lot for Wan'Dale Robinson. Anyway, 16th pick, the Jets. Now remember, last week we had a lot of Ty Simpson flying around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Miller says Mekhi Lemon from USC. I love it.
I like that. Now
that
Garrett Wilson you got 2, and you still got the 2 that you got. That's on trial.
So
we talk about I-9 Mitchell.
So, but like on the Giants front, so Garrett Wilson, I think, was 5th overall as well, wasn't he? When Garrett Wilson was drafted out of Ohio State.
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe he was 5th overall.
He was after Sauce. They took Sauce first.
Right.
Garrett Wilson was 10th overall.
Yeah, 10th.
Garrett Wilson was 10th. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
5 times 2.
It took Sauce 6, Sauce 2, I believe, right?
Sauce was in the top 5, wasn't he, Tom? Sauce was like third.
Sauce was like 2.
That would be number 4.
Number 4. Okay. So here is my memory for where guys were taken that high is clearly off. On Carnell Tate, they're talking about him at number 5. Miller says Tate would be the perfect complement to Neighbors given his precise route running and workmanlike ability to win catches in traffic. His tape reminds me of Justin Jefferson at LSU, and he enters the league with a similar body type and skill set. I mean, he's not saying he's going to be Justin Jefferson, but
I'm not super sold on Carnell Tate.
I would agree. I don't think
what's the kid from Arizona? If you're going to get somebody that's
Jordan
different.
Tyson.
Yeah, I would take Jordan Tyson.
He's 6'3".
giving somebody something different from Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
I just don't see special from Carnell Tate.
They projected him at 14 to the Ravens, Jordan Tyson. So Lemon at 16 to the Jets.
He's a little smaller though, right?
Lemon, I believe, is measured at just under 6 feet.
Yeah, that's why I have to keep I-9 Mitchell.
Here's the thing about Lemon, though, Bart. Dude catches everything. I think he had 1 drop all year. And he had, here we go, 79 receptions, only 1 drop on 110 targets, 11 touchdowns, and averaged almost 100 yards a game. I really like him. I had the game against Michigan.
Yeah.
That dude is good.
But that's what I'm saying. You got the big receiver in I-9 Mitchell. You got the 6'2" big speedster, too.
Right.
To stretch it. Now, we'll see what happens with Mechie if somebody want to trade for Mechie or, if Mechie just stays there as well.
Second round, Jets at number 33. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Yep.
So the first pick of the second round, they have taken Caden McDonald. Here's the rationale. They traded away Quinnen Williams at the deadline, but there was a discussion about improving the run defense before that move. McDonald projects as a starter-level nose tackle or one technique with the power to keep linebackers behind him clean and run lanes stuffed.
There you go. And you got Briggs there that's still giving you juice. And listen, we have to figure out a way to get some stuff from Will McDonald. Now, would I would have liked somebody else that maybe could pass rush from the outside? Yes. But if you think that, last year was an outlier and whoever you bring in as a defense coordinator is going to get more out of Jermaine Johnson, then there you go. But I would have liked to see them maybe draft somebody. They got to draft somebody to potentially, if you don't bring Jermaine Johnson back next year.
Okay. Couple more here. Giants at number 37. And I love this. D'Angelo Pons, the corner from Indiana. That guy was the one who was everywhere.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Is he everywhere. 30? Is he 30 yet? You say Indiana, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't believe he's turned 30 yet. I believe that's right after the draft. He turns 30. 7 career interceptions, very consistent. And then Matt Miller has the Jets taking Ty Simpson in the second round at number 44. Has him falling all the way down, and here's the rationale. Simpson doesn't have a round one grade on my board, and I couldn't find a single team that would give him one during conversations at the Senior Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But with 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, the Jets can afford to roll the dice on him as a second rounder with starter upside. Simpson's lack of size and arm strength could ultimately push him down the board, but his poise and processing skills are NFL level.
Oh, so we're actually drafting Brock Purdy now, not waiting for him to be Mr. Irrelevant.
Apparently.
We're not waiting. We drafting him early. I wonder, Nussmeier, like you said, Caleb.
They don't have him in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Chambliss.
I've not seen Chambliss in the first 2 rounds on this. I don't think that they've entered him into that mix yet.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is it's going to be a lot of movement that's about to happen when you have the combine, you have all those things, the pro days and all that stuff. Somebody's going to get elevated, get moved up, jacked up a little bit. And what I'm saying is if Ty Simpson doesn't, project all that stuff that way, you can maybe go – just don't have a third-round draft pick. But they can also – you can move down. The Jets can also move down a little bit if the person that they are getting to get a third-round draft pick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If they move down in with their second pick or they move down with their – 33rd pick or something like that because somebody's like, I got to move up. I got to get this guy. And they're willing to give you some stuff. You got to be able to slide up and down the scale, especially if it's a bunch of defensive tackles still left.
Mel, at his latest position rankings, had Chambliss as the 3rd quarterback in the draft in front of Drew Aller, Carson Beck, Nussmeier. The only 2 in front of him were Simpson and Mendoza.
It was a couple standouts. What was it, the D3 guy or something that was playing quarterback for the Senior Bowl? It was a couple of Senior Bowl stories that kind of hit.
There's Cole Payton at North Dakota State. There's that guy.
Right, yeah, Cole Payton.
Joel Fagnano from UConn and Jacob Clark from Missouri State, just out of Mel's top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, who was the D2 guy? It was a D2 guy that kind of lit it up, which was crazy.
I did not see the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, it was it beat me either. I watched some of the practices and stuff like that. But it was supposed to be a kid that kind of blew him out of the water for D2 school.
Let's see here real quick before we step aside. We've got sideline to sideline coming up in a minute. Quarterbacks were, let's see here. There was the kid from North Dakota State. That was Cole Payton.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
He's FCS,
gotcha.
not D2.
Okay.
The other quarterbacks were Baylor, Illinois, Nussmeier, and Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. Okay?
Gotcha.
There you go. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and Arkansas as well. ESPN New York YouTube page. In moments, we go sideline to sideline with Tom Bauer, who will give us all the latest in the NFL. And, of course, Super Bowl week just beginning. And your calls at 800-919-3776. We will get to those shortly on ESPN New York.
Yankees manager Aaron Boone joins the Michael Kay Show live today at 2 p.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Last call for football. FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on passing yards over under and alternate passing yards. Sam Darnold did me right in the championship game, hitting his over on passing yards, and I kind of like his over again for the big game. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, you're riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel's giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bucks Company every time. Bucks delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bucks flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bucks makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bucks has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, "Don't get me anything," that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Do you miss going out to Super Bowl week at all?
Hell no.
We only did it once or twice, right?
Even when I was a player, I didn't go out there just to hang out or anything like that. If I wasn't working, if I didn't have any endorsements or nothing like that, I damn sure didn't go out there. It's a mess. You're not going to be able to go nowhere. Yeah. It's going to be hard to move. Traffic's crazy. Access to stuff, getting into stuff is going to be ridiculous. To me, it's not a fun thing.
Yeah, it depends on the city, and this thing is spread out all over the place. Like the game is in Santa Clara, which is almost an hour away from San Francisco.
I'm very familiar because that's the Super Bowl that I call.
That's the one that you did with CBS, right?
Traffic was crazy. You would have to leave 2 hours before to get there, be stuck in traffic. Imagine New York traffic, but just a longer road.
Yeah, not what you're looking for. Not what you're looking for.
Yeah, they can have that.
I always get a little bit of FOMO this week, though. Fear of missing out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you got, wife got family out there. That would have been cool to go out there because y'all could have been, doing other stuff.
Yeah, but we I did a Niners game.
That's a real.
It is.
That's a man's flight.
It is a mess to try to get around.
That's a man's flight. That's what, 6 hours?
Yeah.
6 hours, and every time I do that, I think 6 hours. I could be in Colombia, 6 hours. I can be in Lisbon. You know what I mean? You start thinking that, bro, how the hell am I 6 hours in the air and I'm in the same damn country? No.
I know. Listen, I like it out there, but that, it is kind of a mess this week. It is kind of a mess. No. All right, little sideline to sideline. Tommy, let's go.
It's gonna happen. This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Tom Bowers here. He has got Sideline to Sideline, so let's do this, Tom.
All right, guys, before we get back to the football stuff, there is a very serious story, though, going on that pertains to Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. This has to do with his connection to the Epstein files that has been ESPN reported about on Friday. The Athletic first reported about it, and my page just went down with the story, so that's wonderful.
Well, listen, I mean, by this point, we know what the particulars are. Here's the thing. There's some not good emails in there for Steve Tisch.
Yes.
And I can't imagine that this is going to go particularly well for him.
I mean, yeah, we have to see if the NFL gets involved, right? The same way they came after John Gruden for old emails for what he was saying about players.
Yep.
Man, like he's going to have to answer to that. And, that's what this report is all about, holding people accountable. And, the NFL operates as a private business, and it's a privilege, not a right, to be an owner in the NFL. It's only 32 of these, spots.
What's going to have to, I mean, to me, if we're just going off what we see in the emails, so what we see in the emails is not good at all. You're probably in a position where he's going to have to at least step down from any of the leadership positions of the organization. I would expect that. But, can you imagine having that happen and John Mara's sick and this comes up all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a great situation.
I wonder, you just never know, Can the Giants be one of these surprising teams? What was the last surprising team to just sell their team out of nowhere? Oh, the Lakers. Just sold the team out of nowhere.
The Lakers.
And we didn't have any indication that was going down.
There are stories out there that the Seahawks are going to be up for sale after the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What better time to sell than then?
Yeah, exactly.
They give it $14 billion, $8 billion. Hell, I'd leave too.
That number's going to be big. They're going to get $10 billion, you would think, right?
Especially fresh off a championship, new coach, young team.
If they win one?
They're not getting a new stadium, but man.
Tom, let's go. What else we got?
All right, now back into the football. The head coaching carousel has been completed this weekend. So as we mentioned earlier, Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur has been hired as the Cardinals' newest head coach, joining a line of Sean McVay's offensive coordinators to become a head coach in the NFL. That list includes Matt LaFleur, Kevin O'Connell, and Liam Cohen. And secondly, after the Super Bowl, Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak is expected to become the Las Vegas Raiders' new head coach.
Listen, I don't know what to make of the Kubiak thing. I mean, these were the last two jobs, and I'm wondering, how Brady feels about Kubiak. Was it just the best of a bad lot that was left?
I mean, I guess, with a Kubiak, you're hoping that you can get something out of Ashton Genty as far as the run game and stuff like that. You hope you're leaning on the you're leaning on the coaching line and stuff like that, saying, hey, with this system, this is a good system maybe for our quarterback, and you still got to go out and get a number one receiver.
Listen,
I don't know.
With Mendoza, you'd think it's somewhat of an attractive job. Somewhat. At the very least.
I mean, he's not going to be any good jobs available for him. You know what I mean? It's going to be a couple years before Cleveland hires a new coach. 10 jobs, if you get one and done, that's still 9 jobs that were bad jobs that were filled up.
Yeah, listen, the only other one I think that might have been a tougher one was probably Arizona, and they end up with Mike LaFleur out of it.
Yeah, so. Look how hard it was for Kellen Moore when he was a hot name out there, and then he didn't get a job when he was leaving Dallas.
Well, you just got to go out there and prove it then.
Right.
He took the Saints job and he proved it this year.
But I'm saying when you get an opportunity to get a head coach job, you can't be selective because you can be a hot name today and a cold name tomorrow.
That's very true. We've seen that happen. I mean, look at Schotty. How long did it take Brian Schottenheimer, for Pete's sake?
Exactly.
Next.
All right, gentlemen, 7 international games are confirmed by the NFL for next season. 3 of those in London, 1 in Madrid, 1 in Australia, 1 back in Rio de Janeiro, and the NFL also returning to Munich. And I believe one of those games that has been confirmed, gentlemen, is Saints-Browns playing overseas. I believe that one. Oh, yeah, I missed one. That one's in Paris with the Saints hosting that one.
Yeah, you know what? If we're going to give the French a game, you can have Saints-Browns.
Yeah, it's like watching snails, right? Escargot, they like nasty stuff.
with the caviar earlier we were talking about, isn't that French too? Yeah, enjoy that. What's going to stink more? Next.
All right, gentlemen. Next up on the I was going to say on the chopping block, but this isn't a game show. Up next on Sideline to Sideline, the Minnesota Vikings admitting something that they probably should have gotten right in the offseason, just an offseason ago. Of course, they just fired their GM before the weekend began, and Justin Jefferson told USA Today Sports everyone knows the difficulty of the quarterback position this year, but having a quarterback that already had a season under his belt with us, well, they definitely feel we would have done better. AKA, he's referring to Sam Darnold, saying the Vikings should have kept Sam Darnold instead of drafting and then playing J.J. McCarthy, which obviously led to the Vikings firing their GM.
So I was listening to Courtney Cronin this morning. She was on Unsportsmanlike talking about this. And Courtney used to cover the Vikings. And from everything she's talking about, like, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah was just overmatched in the job. And when you have a situation like that happen, where this guy goes off to the Super Bowl the next year with somebody else,
but
there's no coming back from that.
But it was tough, though, right? Because you had a guy that you took in the top 10, and you think you want to believe in Kevin O'Connell, that he can figure it out. Same way that you look at Sean McVay, had Jimmy G paid him all that money, had no problem moving on to Brock Purdy, had no problem with Mac Jones, had no problem with Sam Darnold being there, right? So it's tough because at what point are you going to give the first-round draft pick an opportunity to play?
Yeah.
That we knew that it was – now, we all knew that because Sam was so cheap, I guess $30 million isn't cheap, but you talk about everything else he built around, Addison, the running back, going to get the Jones, getting Jones from Green Bay just to kind of hold you over, the defense, the offensive line. Everything else he did was correct. Once again, another story that the quarterback could get you fired.
It's amazing. It's amazing that that's the case, but it continues to be. Next.
Few defensive coordinator hires, fellas. This one actually coming down about 20 minutes ago from Adam Schefter. The Packers have hired Jonathan Gannon as their next defensive coordinator, the former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. The 49ers have hired ex-Falcons head coach Raheem Morris as their defensive coordinator. The Dolphins also hiring a defensive coordinator, that by the name of Sean Duggan is their next defensive coordinator, joining Jeff Hafley's staff down there.
He was the Packers linebackers coach, if I'm not mistaken, Duggan. So he went with him from Green Bay. The other thing was, I like the Raheem Morris San Francisco fit part. That feels like that could work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, you talk about anybody that loses more head coaches to the defensive coordinator spot than San Francisco. They just solid the first time, DeMeco Ryan the second time. You know what I'm saying? DeMeco Ryan the second time, solid the second time. Raheem Morris, they just keep moving, man. It don't matter.
Bart and Carlin.
Steve Wilkes to the Super Bowl.
Don't even. Don't even. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. My friend, you got a little something for us from Samwell.
Absolutely. As soon as I come on in. Look, You got stuff to do. Work, family, the gym, the couch on Sunday, whatever it is. Pain shouldn't be something that's stopping you. If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, and nerve pain is running your life, call Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Pain. He's an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in non-surgical pain relief that gets real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain medication, just real plan to get things feeling better. Offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Check them out today at SamwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
Some of your comments coming in. We'll get to them shortly at 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN over on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. And as many as we can get in with the calls at 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Yankees manager Aaron Boone joins the Michael Kay Show live today at 2 p.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, do not forget that coming up at 2 p.m. today. That's 2 p.m. today. Aaron Boone, the Yankees manager, will be joining Mr. K on the Michael K Show. That is coming up in just moments. 800-919-3776. Let's get a couple of these calls in. Subi in Midtown is next on ESPN New York. Subi, what's up, baby? How are you?
Hey, when will you guys give your predictions for the game? Because if Vrabel's defense beats the Seahawks, it sets a precedent for the Jets to be, a defensive team like Aaron Glenn wants to. So is the offense going to be beating the Patriots, or is it going to be vice versa? And you guys have to give your predictions so we can hate on them this week.
But that's not fair, Subi, because they got an MVP candidate at quarterback. So you can't say if the defense, you still got to have a capable quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sets a precedent for the Jets next year to actually bring in an offensive guy like Reich who can change this offense, just like the Seahawks brought in McDonald.
Listen, to me, it doesn't set a precedent one way or the other. And thanks for the call, Subi. I mean, first of all, we'll do our official picks on Friday. Unless there's something dramatic that happens between now and then, I absolutely love the Seahawks in the game.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't love them any more than I do. And 4.5 feels like a gift. But listen, you can say stuff like this, and these are famous last words, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Remember when it's Legion of Boom blew Peyton out of the water? We didn't expect that. Like, they do that to everybody. They ain't gonna do
Actually,
that to
I did expect that.
Okay.
That's the only other time I have felt that amazing about a pick before and being right. Usually when I feel this great about it, I'm wrong. So take that for what it's worth, too. Let's also hit we got Roy and Patterson. Roy's up next on ESPN New York. Roy, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Once again, 10 openings, nobody of color trying around and get in the jobs. I think it's ridiculous. What are your guys' thoughts on that one? Thank you.
I mean, it's Black History Month, but this is the thing. Like, who was the qualified candidate? That's what I'm trying to. That's why it's hard to make a case because a lot of the black quarterback guys that were hired got fired. Right, so I'm trying to figure out who was the candidate outside of Anthony Weaver, who's Samoan. I don't know, who was he? Flores decided to stay.
Well, he was only going to stay if he didn't get a particular head coaching job. Like,
right.
There was one job that he wanted.
And that's nuanced because he's suing the league.
Yeah.
And he's named teams in the suit. So he can't go to those teams. And the Giants were one of the teams that he was suing.
Your bigger problem at this point, please tell me if I'm mischaracterizing it, is that there are not enough African-American coaches in the offensive pipeline right now.
I think that's part of it.
Okay.
But we've seen when DeMeco Ryan became a hot commodity, he got the job. He got a job.
Yeah.
Like we saw Raheem Morris just 2 years ago get the job. We saw just last year Aaron Glenn get the job. Like it has to be an inswell, right? I understand. Like Mentor became the hot commodity because his team was doing well defensively, and so he got the job. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would be disappointed if we had like five guys that were up and none of them got hired. You know what I mean? That'd be different. But we didn't have anybody that we thought, oh man, that defensive coordinator is killing it. Like he gonna be like everybody else is old. We can't go with Anthony Lynn.
The guy that we thought that about this year was Saleh, and
he got the job.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Anthony Lynn's been a head coach in this league. He's old.
And Weaver, there's a lot of respect for him, and you said he's Samoan, but the tough sell also is that it's not like the Dolphins were lighting it up this year.
Right. Exactly. There's not a team that didn't make the playoffs. They got fired.
So is Weaver staying there, or where did he end up?
No, he's out. He's just out and about. I'm sure he'll find some way, defensive line coach somewhere or something like that. But he didn't get anybody. The last one he was holding out for was Arizona. And then, you look at Harbaugh. Harbaugh gave his coordinating job away.
I'm just looking at to see where else he could end up. There hasn't been anything else I've really seen that's been brought up.
I can see him.
He's not staying in Miami because they just hired the guy from the linebackers coach from the Packers.
Yeah, Pep Hamilton. No, okay. Well, I can see him going back to Baltimore. Baltimore's always mentor. Would love to have him back as a defensive line coach. I'm sure, also Chuck Smith. I keep telling them, go hire Chuck Smith as fast as you can. Help your young pass rushers, Aaron Glenn. Help them like he's been somebody that's been secretly, developing some of the best pass rushers in all of football before he became a coach again. He had a coaching school where he had Von Miller. He's the guy that trained Aaron Donald. Okay, I'm giving you the inside scoop.
Big show coming up here from Michael Kay. He has got Aaron Boone, the manager of the New York Yankees, 1 hour from now. But you're in luck because its show starts in moments. And if you call him and you don't wish him a happy birthday, suspect on you.
Yeah, you're a bad human.
Yeah, exactly. And he will tell you that to your face. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Last call for football. FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on passing yards over under and alternate passing yards. Sam Darnold did me right in the championship game, hitting his over on passing yards, and I kind of like his over again for the big game. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, you're riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel's giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel,